Right, for today you are going to work on volume of pyramids and cones. The formulas you need. Thing you want to remember, it's very similar to yesterday. We have the volume of when we have a prism or a cylinder, it was just area of the base times the height. Now what actually happens with pyramids and cones, it's the area of the base times the height divided by 3. And it's 1/3. So it's 1/3 of that. So you basically get this, do the same thing and divide the number by 3. So we're going to look at today is a couple examples again. Then you'll be working on the sheets that be distributed to you. What you should have today is what would be 12.5, and it will say on the back page says volume of pyramids and cones. So this should be problem number 3. So if you look at that right now, we're going to find the volume of it. Now notice these little hash marks all the way around. This didn't copy as well, and it should be clear on yours, mean that they're all the same length. So basically what we have, volume, area of the base times the height divided by 3. Well, if we look at the base, you might be able to figure out what shape it is. If they're all the same, it's a square. So how you find the area of a square, just going to be 5 times 5. And then we multiply times the height. Now this rate appears pointing to the middle, that it goes straight down, meets at a right angle. That tells you it's the height, how tall it is. So there is our height. Then we're going to divide that by 3. So you can use a calculator, or you might be able to do this. You realize 3 and 6, you can simplify that. But you're going to end up with a total here, if you do it correctly. 5 times 5 times 6 divided by 3, you are going to come up with 50. Now in this case it's centimeters cubed, because we're talking volume again. So that would be how you do number 3. Well, let's look at number, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to look at number 4. So number 4 here, what we've got is this shape, and this is actually going to be a cone. So in this case, you do the same thing. You're going to find the volume, area of the base times the height, divided by 2. So at this point, you might be thinking, well, the base, circle, right? So area of a circle, pi r squared. And again, we'll leave this in terms of pi. So base, area of the base. We're going to take pi. The radius is 10. Now our height is right here. It's showing us that that's the distance straight down. So that's 13 divided by 2. So in this case, you probably want to have a calculator, or actually you might be able to do this. You're going to take 10 squared is 100 times 3 divided by 2. So we'll just grab our calculator. Take 10 squared, right, times 13. And then we're going to divide that, or divide by 3 afterwards. So you hit enter, and what you're going to come up with is 433, and then it looks like 3 repeating. Now remember, we can do math, and then hit number 1, and it'll change it into, in this case, an improper fraction. So it'd be 1300 over 3. Or if we look at that number up there, we can realize that that 3 repeating is just 1/3. So answer would be 433, and you could put 1/3 or 0.3 repeating. Now we have pi. We didn't include the pi, and that would be, now we're in millimeters cubed. So that would be the volume of the cone. All right, so let's go on to the last one we're going to do on this video. Then you'll be working again, trying some items. On the back side, we're going to go to number 20 again with the composite figures. Yesterday you looked at some where you had to cut out parts. Today you're going to be looking at it and deciding, you might have to put some together. Well, when you look at this shape here, number 20, you realize what you've got on the top right here is a cone. And on the bottom part, this whole part, if you think about that part right in here, that's a cylinder. So let's find the area of the cone. So just like we just did a few minutes ago, area of the cone, so it's volume, volume of the cone, base times height divided by 3. Well, the base in this case, we have to look all the way down to the bottom here and realize our radius is 3. So we have pi, radius here, which was 3, squared. Now the height of the cone is this distance it's telling us right here. This part is 3 also, over 3. So if you multiply this out, you have 9 times 3, which is 27 divided by 3. So you get 9 pi. And that's going to be centimeters cubed. So if we go down to the cylinder now, so the cylinder part, as we talked about yesterday, that's just volume of the base times the height, no divided by 3. Well, we just did that basically, and we say the base, pi r squared, radius was 3. Now our height here is 7. So we have is 9 times 7, so 63 pi. So our volume total that we have is 63 pi plus the 9 pi, or 72 pi centimeters cubed. So that's going to be the volume. So you've got some to try here where you're going to be working with volumes, and some will be composite, some will just be straight figures to figure out. Also some other problems where you have to apply different ideas. Do your best with them. We'll go over questions again when I return. And I would look at the problems I'd like you to do for tomorrow. We already did 3 and 4, so I'd like you to do 5 through 7. So these are the ones you're going to do, 5 through 7. And then I would like you to look at and also do 9 through 11. We'll talk about the algebra ones when I come back at the bottom of that page. Then you're also going to do, in this case, the composite figures towards the bottom, numbers 21 through 24. So that will be it for today. Good luck with that. Do your best. Help each other out as needed, but stay on task. Have a good afternoon.